Hello, everyone. Hola, buenos dias. Welcome to episode 30 of Wine with Wanda on Instagram Lives. As always, I have to start with the big thank you to everyone who tunes in. I know we're all missing connecting in person, but technology is working. It's really keeping all of us wine lovers together. So today we're going to travel with our wine glass to one of my favorite places that I visited, the wonderful, magical, marvelous Mendoza, Argentina, land of Malbec and so much more. And today I'm really excited because my guest for this very exciting journey is one of Argentina's most celebrated winemakers, Marcelo Pelleriti. Now, he is truly a Renaissance man. Marcelo makes wine on two continents, South America and Europe, and he was the first Latin American winemaker to receive a perfect score of 100 points from the very influential wine critic Robert Parker. So really, it's quite an achievement. But he's also a talented guitarist, and he's the creator and driving force behind Mendoza's annual Wine Rock Festival. And one day I want to go and I want to play backup tambourine with Marcelo in the band. So Marcelo has many roles in the wine world, but today we're going to focus on his role with Bodega Monteviejo in Mendoza. So it's located at the foot of the Andes Mountains. Construction of the winery began in 2001, and their first harvest was in 2002. So today we're going to focus on Bodega Monteviejo Petite Fleur Malbec 2016, which retails for $24.99. And then the Petite Fleur blend, which also retails for $24.99. So I think I see that Marcelo is watching, and I think I can add him in now. So here we go. Hope the technology works. So as I was saying, I don't mind a little drama for you, rock and roll winemaker, dramatic entrance to the Instagram. It's okay.
Thank you for your time.
No, thank you. Thank you. I know you're very busy with your own Instagram series. So that's why we're doing this on Thursday and not Wednesday. You have your own show going on.
Yeah, I had a lot of live here in my house.
Absolutely. And I see the music, the keyboard and the guitar behind you.
Yeah. There are a lot.
Good. Oh, wow. Nice. Well, it's so nice to see you again. It just occurred to me as I was preparing last night. I don't know if you remember this. When I came to Mendoza, we did an unscheduled stop at Monteviejo, and you happened to be there. And we met briefly, and I had a beautiful glass of your Linda Fleur Chardonnay, which I loved. And I have a great picture from there. And then we met again a few years later when you were in New York visiting your importer.
Yeah, in Fifth Avenue.
Yes. Yes, very good memory. So how are things in Mendoza right now?
Right now, the vineyards, well, the climate today is difficult because we had a frost at the beginning of at the end of September.
Okay.
And, we didn't lose a lot of grapes, but maybe 20%, I think.
Oh, okay.
But it is we can say in English, it is a open sky business. I mean, you understand it?
Yeah.
Open kind business. I mean, always we have a lot of risk to have any
Of course
climate problem. And we have a lot of hail protection. I mean, 65% more or less. I mean, we can produce wine. Right now, we don't have more risk to have a frost. I mean, it is okay.
Okay.
But it is Mendoza, because Mendoza is a high altitude, close to the mountain. I mean, it's the few countries where we have a continental climate, you know it. Right now, I think the biggest one will be China, but Argentina was one of the few countries with continental climate.
True.
But China right now, they are producing a lot of good Cabernet Sauvignon, a lot of grapes, not Malbec, but a good Cabernet Sauvignon, close to the mountain.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
looking forward to trying those wines from China. I've read a lot about them, but haven't tried them yet.
yeah, I didn't try a lot. Did you try any wine or not?
What was that?
Did you try some wine? Did
No,
you try
no,
some?
not from China, not yet. One of these
Not yet.
days, one of these. But let's talk about you. I mean,
Yeah.
we all know your impressive bio, but the part of the story I don't know is what led you to winemaking. Was it in your family? How did you start on this
Okay.
journey?
Well, it is. Well, my family didn't have a winery, but my grandfather coming from Sicilia, from
Mm.
Italy, and he did it. He did his wine, his family wine, his a lot of things for his family. He built his house, everything like all immigrant coming here 100 years ago, and I helped him to produce his wine
Mm-hmm.
at 6 years old. And was a different time because we didn't have internet, we didn't have anything. Mendoza and Buenos Aires was like two different countries because take a flight to go to Buenos Aires was for people who had a lot of money. Here Argentina was completely different time ago. I mean, I'm Mendocino. I'm from Mendoza,
Mm-hmm.
100, 200%, really Mendocino.
Yeah.
And then I started my high school was agriculture and enologist high school, created by a French guy in 1850, more or less. And well, this year it is the 150th anniversary, 150
Oh,
years old. Yeah,
okay.
it's traditional, really traditional high school viticulture and enologist and agriculture. And then I started a university, the only university to make wine in America, Latin America, was Don Bosco.
Oh, okay.
The priest Oreglia, he created this university, and coming here a lot of people around Latin America, Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
Uruguay, Peru, Bolivia, everybody coming here to study. And then I did a degree in viticulture. Always I wanted to have my company. I wanted to have my my winery. I had a lot of little company. I produce onion. I produce a lot of things. But when I was 24, I started my little winery. 1,000 bottles. I started with 1,000 bottles.
Wow.
Marcelo Pelleriti. Right now, my company is 500,000 bottles. Uh,
500,000.
yeah.
Wow. It's
Uh,
impressive.
in the middle of the way, I met Michel Roland in 2001, and I never was thinking if I had the possibility to work with him. I mean, my CV, my
Mm-hmm. Your
I didn't
curriculum
need
vitae, resume. Mm-hmm.
was a bottle of wine because I didn't have experience in huge winery, in the biggest wineries. My experience in wine was my winery, my little winery. And it was funny for Michelle, was really funny because my CD was, this is my experience, my wine. I started to work in France in 1 month after August 13, 2001, for Pelleriti family, at that time Catherine Pelleriti.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a difficult year because was 2001 was difficult for the war,
Absolutely.
the Twins Towers. I mean, I was in France, was difficult. I was thinking was my last day in my life because I
Scary
changed
time.
country and I didn't speak French. Right now, my French is better than my English. I, I have a good French. Uh, then Argentina was a huge economical. Well, always we have problem here, but we have a huge economical crisis. But I started in France with a little chateau in Pomerol, Chateau Monviel with Catherine. We start to develop all projects, France and Argentina.
Okay.
Then I back to Mendoza and to continue. I finished the winery, but I didn't finish. We started the first harvest without with the wine. The winery wasn't finished, you know. In 2003, the building was finished, and then I started to make wine in France, in Argentina. My responsibility is make wine is winemaker director in France, Argentina, and here in Argentina, I'm a general director too. This year was my harvest 20 in France.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, but I did by by WhatsApp, by internet, because I couldn't
travel this year.
travel. Yes, maybe yes, but it's not good for the family. It's not possible go travel 2-3 months outside my country, and my family here is really difficult for my family and for myself too. It's not safe.
Of course, it's risky for all of us.
My harvest 20 was virtual harvest. Never we can. It's really, how do you say, bizarre? No, it is a mess. It is a mess.
Yeah,
because
not being able to touch the vines, touch the grapes.
No, everybody tastes, and they try to set me which is the sensation, the skin, the flavor, the acidity. I mean, fortunately, I have a team.
Yeah.
I was working a lot to have a team in Argentina and France.
And they know your style and your expectations after working so closely. So I do want to mention, I don't want to assume that everyone watching knows who Michel Rolland is. I know he's your mentor and your friend, and he's, also known as kind of the flying winemaker. He really has been so influential in the wine world. And Monteviejo is part of this Clos de los Siete group, correct? So do you want to explain that a little?
Yeah, Monteviejo, Clos de los Siete, Michel created this project, but when he started to create the project, he was thinking in something little, 100 hectares, 200 acres, or maybe less.
Mm-hmm.
But he discovered this place is more or less 2,000 acres.
Wow, that's much bigger.
I mean, his idea was create. He invited different people from France, huge families, viticulture family, like Dassault, Laurent Dassault, like Rothschild, like Cuvelier. They have chateau in Médoc, Chateau Leoville-Poiferré, Chateau Les Crocs. Catherine Pelleriti, we started to produce wine, but she wanted to be to create something great. And then which one? Well, Michel Rolland, sure, and Dolan family at that time. The idea was to have different wineries, 7 wineries or 6 wineries, each company with their hectares. We give some quantity of wine to produce wine product between this Clos de los Siete. Okay, and then each winery produced different kind of wine, different brands. Monteviejo was the first winery.
Oh, were you the first? I didn't realize that you were the first.
Yeah, Monteviejo was the first, and the second one was Flecha de los Andes. The third was Cuvelier, 4 Diamantes, and the 5th was Michel Rolland Winery.
Yeah.
And together we produce Clos de los Siete, and right now we produce our wines.
Your own wine. Yes, definitely worth visiting. If when we can all travel again, I highly recommend a trip to the different wineries at the Clos de los Siete, because each of you have a different style, architecture, personality, but it's a really beautiful. Concept. And then the wine that you all create together, I look forward to every year. So let's talk about the 100 points. The elusive 100 points. So you were the first.
I never imagined that.
Yeah.
No, because in the Bordeaux world wine is difficult. With Catherine, we started, but it's a young family, viticulture family. But we bought Chateau Leguet in 2002, and then Chateau La Violette in 2006. When I started, we had only 7 hectares, and then right now we have 33 hectares in Pomerol. It's a lot. Pomerol, they have more or less it's 700 hectares. I mean, 33 hectares is a lot in Pomerol and pretty expensive. And always we work to find the excellence, the quality, the detail. We pay attention in all details. Really, when we bought Chateau La Violette, the vineyard was really bad. Really, the maintenance was really bad. They didn't have a good management. I mean, we restart again. We paid a lot of attention in La Violeta vineyards. We bought 3 hectares, but we choose only 1.7 hectares to produce La Violeta. The other parcel, no, because the idea is to produce quality. And little by little, we increase the score. At that time was Monsieur Robert Parker Jr. Right now, he stopped to work in France since, I don't know, 5, 6, or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
2008 was amazing year. We had 98 points. 2009 to 98 points. We have some 99 points with Leguet 2005. And 2010, when Catherine called me from France, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah,
she called
amazing.
me to send me. We have 100 points. I mean, I sit down. I take some silence minute. Okay, it was amazing. It was an amazing news for myself, sure, and for my country, because I think we have in Argentina, we have a lot of great winemakers, a lot of great people who produce quality and wine, and we developed the industry. The last 25 or 30 years was we make a lot of work to develop the company, to produce seriously wines. I think was good for the country. And then a lot of winemakers, they have a lot of awards after. Okay, I'm the first one in Latin America to have 100 points, but I didn't have 100 points with Argentine wine. I have 100 points with French wine.
I know, it's so interesting. First Latin American winemaker, 100 points for wine in France. But look, it's still an impressive achievement, and you've had a lot of high 90 scores for your wines in Argentina. So let's circle back to Argentina, Mendoza, Malbec. You know, I always say Malbec is kind of the ultimate immigrant story, because it's originally a French grape that has thrived and found its soul in Argentina, just like the people who kind of created the wine industry from Italy and France. So it's really kind of the ultimate immigrant story. Let me talk about Malbec in many ways.
Well, you know, sorry, can you repeat? I didn't hear.
Sure. No, I'm sorry. You know, UPS is banging on my door. I apologize. That's life in New York. But I was saying, you know, Malbec, for me, represents in many ways, is symbolic of the power of immigration. Its roots are in France, but it made it to Argentina in the 1850s and really thrived and found its home, just like the people who were kind of the creators of the wine industry in Argentina came from Italy and from France. So it's amazing how this French grape really found its essence in many ways in Argentina.
Yeah, and then that is true. And then in Argentina, you know, Michel Roland and a lot of wine consultants discover Malbec before people from here. No, sorry, because during 70s, Raúl de la Mota, you know, Raúl de la Mota is Roberto de la Mota's father.
Okay.
He did it amazing Malbec. And one of them, Michel Roland, told me he had a lot of bottles in France, And each blind tasting in France with great chateau, he put a bottle of Weiner Estrella 77. And it is an amazing, amazing, amazing wine always is between the third of four wines. It's amazing quality. Why? Because he had the same, he had the idea to make a harvest with a good ripeness. Okay. Was the first one to change a little bit the viticulture in Argentina. And then Michel, when he came in here, he discovered this one and for himself was and is it is the best wine in Argentina because his one opened the Michelin mind to say, okay, with Malbec we can produce something good. And then everybody started to produce Malbec because the first company who started to produce good wines and exports was Catena, but they started with Cabernet Sauvignon.
Ah, okay.
Because Nicolas Catena he was living in US and he did his studies in US. I mean, he came in here with American wine style. I mean, variety, a lot of Cabernet Sauvignon, and then when he started to produce after Michelin wine, after Valdeflores, it is a Michelin wine. We had the first 95 point by Robert Parker. Nicolas Catena, I remember, visit us, and we taste a lot of Valdeflores, and they start to plant it a lot of Malbec.
Interesting. I didn't realize that they started with Cabernet.
I mean, Malbec. I mean, Michel was a Malbec fanatic. Michel is a French guy, but is like a Argentine guy because he speaks Spanish like Mendocinian people.
Oh, I love it.
And he's proud, orgulloso, proud.
Orgulloso, proud,
to make wine. Proud to produce wine here in Argentina. I visit a lot of chateaux during harvest with Michel, and he's playing Argentina with a lot of emotion always. He loves Argentina. Thank you to have Michel here since '88. he show Argentina, and he helped to develop and change a little bit our mentality to produce high quality wines.
That's wonderful.
I'm a French school and Michelin school. I mean, so.
No, it's great. You know, I love that connection that you've had such a wonderful mentor. And I also love whenever I meet winemakers from Mendoza, you're all really friends. Like if I mention that I'm chatting with you, I know I'm going to hear from 3 or 4 other people like, oh, Marcelo, he's great. He's my friend. So you all have such a nice camaraderie as well in Mendoza, which is lovely.
Mendoza, we must talk about a different province in Mendoza because right now it's not only Mendoza, San Juan, close to the mountain, west foothills, and right now a lot of wine from Atlantic. I mean, we have a lot of kind of wine to discover. My dream it is if one day people from US start to talk about Altamira or Vista Flores or what, and no more. Everybody must know it is Malbec, but because we have different kind of Malbec, a lot of different between different kind of terroir. This is my dream, our dream. Show different places. Unique places. We have a lot of unique places, and I know we have 50 years more to show that. We have a lot of year. But one day I think we will have a good. Well, I don't know. Around the world, a lot of good wine, but one day we'll be having a great reputation because we can produce wine and we can age our wine a lot of years. I produce wine to age. I'm sure we can age our wine more than French wine and other countries. I'm
Absolutely.
sure. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, I bring the drama, Marcelo. But, you raise a very good point. We've reached a point, at least, speaking of the U.S. and New York, everyone's heard of Malbec. we know what it is. But you're right, we don't understand the diversity of styles, how it transmits terroir, the ageability. So, you know, everyone tastes it and they love it. But we're right, we need to get to that next level where drinkers understand that it really is one of the great varieties and can produce wines with a lot of character. And even within Mendoza, as you said, you know, wine from Uco Valley has a different personality than from
Yeah,
Altamira.
and
So
Ucovale is huge.
it's huge.
It's only 12% from in whole production is only 12%. Okay, it's a little quantity, but it's high quality. But in Ucovale there are a lot of unique places, a lot, and we start to discover new places. The only great problem is water. We don't have enough water. I mean, we
Yes,
can't
a
develop.
desert type.
Yeah, we can't develop our viticulture in some places.
Yeah.
I mean, in our place, in our vineyard, we can develop more because we don't have more water. I mean, I can't. Yes, I can plant it more. I can plant more vineyards, but not a lot. I mean, our business is blocked right now. We don't have water.
Wow.
But there are a lot of places in Uco Valley that we have water and we can show different kind of wine. A lot of.
Great. So I think, you know, people probably want to hear about the wine now. So I know I have the Petite Fleur. So we see that French influence, Little Flower, Petite Fleur, Malbec
Petite Fleur.
2016. And
you know
this
why
is
Petite
from
Fleur?
Valle de Uco.
You know why Petite Fleur?
Why Petite Fleur?
Why it is because Catherine Pelleriti, she loved a song whose name is Petite Fleur.
Oh,
Petite Fleur was a trumpetist, Sidney Bechet.
Oh, Sidney Bechet, yeah.
Sidney Bechet. I mean, it is a really famous song, and she loved it because since a lot of years she was her song. I mean,
Oh, I don't know the song. I'll have to look it up.
I mean, I have here, but it's Petite Fleur by Sidney Bechet.
The Sidney Bechet, perfect. Great.
But this one, Malbec, is new. It's new because we started with first wine was blend.
Ah, okay. So do you want to do the blend first or the Malbec?
No, be the same. But the history was because the first label in 2002 we put Petite Fleur, Linda Fleur, no more because the idea was sell wine.
Okay.
I mean, obviously we have Malbec, but really French style. Then when we start to import in US, our importer said, okay, you need to put Malbec. Okay, we put the Malbec.
Okay.
And then Malbec, and then blend, and then etc. But the idea was one Linda Fleur and one Petite Fleur and show our terroir. Okay, our terroir experience. But it is amazing to show to the Malbec 100% and blend is beautiful. Yeah, we can start like if you prefer Malbec, it's better because it's blend is more complex, you know, because we have 4 or 5 varieties.
Yes.
Malbec is Malbec. It's amazing too, but it's more easier.
Great. So tell us a little. So I know this is from Uco Valley, and tell us a little about the vineyards where these grapes are sourced and all that. Oh, really smells beautiful.
It's Uco Valley. In our vineyard, we have two places. One of them is from is La Remonta alluvional cones because we have different kind of soil. And the other side is Chacalles alluvional cones. This one coming from Chacalles. I mean, there are a lot of stones, sure, but a little bit less than La Remonta.
You're getting so many compliments coming in for you. Great winemaker. I'll be there soon, Marcelo. All your fans are watching.
Yeah, I don't have my glasses. Sorry.
So for those just tuning in, this is what we're having right now. The Petite Fleur Malbec, 100% Malbec, and retails here in the U.S. for about $24.99. And we're going to taste it now.
Well, This is amazing because there are different kind of Malbec in this place. Different kind of Malbec. The first one coming from all vineyards planted in Mendoza. I mean, we select and we make a muscle selection. I mean, we planted all muscle selection from Mendoza. This one coming from one vineyard, all vineyard, almost 100 years old.
Wow.
Coming from Vista Flores, where we are situated. I mean, it is Valdeflores Vineyards, Michelin Vineyard. It's really old vineyard. We select vines per vines and we plant it. We reproduce and we plant it. I mean, are completely different Malbec styles. If you try, for example, Linda Fleur, we don't have Linda Fleur here. Linda Fleur is more powerful, it's more body. And this one is more elegant. It is a good middle of palate, really good middle of palate. I open right now, but if you wait a little bit more, you start to feel some flowers, a little flowers, spices too.
Yeah, I opened it about maybe 40 minutes ago, so I'm definitely getting like little violet, flower, subtle spice. Yeah, really very pretty, elegant.
And then I produce wine with, in this case, it's 70% juice barrel, 70% juice barrel during 12 months. Yeah? And then 30% non-barrel, stainless steel. No, you can feel the middle of palate. I produce wine with middle of palate. I prefer freshness than acidity. Why? Because this, for me, this kind of wine with more acidity, the tannin will be more rustic. You know? I mean, I prefer give us the freshness. The freshness because, to give freshness, I use whole cluster. I use between 5 to 10% whole cluster, depend the parcel, depend the year. Because Malbec is difficult. Sometimes you have the full grapes, full cluster, and sometimes you don't have full cluster. You have some berries, but not fully. I mean, you must pay attention. You put 10% with a cluster with a little quantity of berries it's not elegance. I mean, we pay attention in each parcel.
How was 2016 overall as a vintage?
2016, we have a lot of rain. A lot of rain was for some places in Argentina was difficult, but we are close to the mountain. We have our slope is more or less between 4 and 5%. A lot of slope. I mean the water. If we have a huge storm, summer storm from in this place, we can use, or the vines can take maybe 20 or 30%. The other quantity, we have a lot of slope. I mean, we don't use a lot of 100% of water, but we have a lot of rain. We didn't have a lot of sun, but we have an amazing ripeness. More balanced ripeness. We didn't have a higher sugar levels, you know, because it is a place when we have a high temperature, we have a sugar level really high. I mean, we increase a lot to our work at the vineyard to decrease the sugar level, because you must pay attention in two things: altitude, okay, UV radiation. UV radiation is important, but that year, 2016, was cloudy days, a lot of rain, and we have a beautiful balance. Okay, maybe not black fruit, red fruit, more spicy and more flower. But
no,
never
it's really
lose
pretty.
the middle of palate.
You know, I love. There is a real juiciness to it. The fruit is there, but it's not jammy. It's not heavy. It's really quite elegant. It's really a lovely Malbec. Very, very.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
And it is a wine. It's our premium wine. It's our middle range wine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a wine I drink not every day. Well, during quarantine, yeah. Quarantine, I drink every day. I drank a lot every day.
Welcome to the club. I think everyone watching us, they may even be drunk right now as they're watching us, Marcelo.
Maybe 1 week ago, 1 week ago, I gave the bottles for someone who needed to build a I don't remember. I don't know the word. To build un horno. I don't know how to say.
To build
it.
an oven. An oven.
Yeah.
Oven to cook. A stove.
Yeah, to cook. Exactly. I mean, maybe, I don't know, 200 bottles. I don't know.
Whoa. Well, you know, I want to get back to your connection to music a bit, because I know for you, your music and your wine, they're not really separate things, and you have so many beautiful quotes, but I really like this one. Wine, just as a guitar, requires discipline and care, and above all, a sensitive soul to interpret them. I just thought that was so beautiful.
Yeah, always music and always wine, sure. But both are in my. This place is my life. Well, right now I am building now something bigger here. I have a lot of people. They are working, and right now I say, please stop because I have a meeting. No more noise. But I building something biggest. I put a name, a big studio, and then this COVID gave me something amazing. Mm-hmm. Because I have a lot of part of song because I travel a lot, and sometimes I write something, or sometimes I have some melodies or some music, and I record in my phone everything.
Oh, that's great.
And with my teacher, one of my teacher, I show it and say, what happened with you? Why we can't start to do it something? I mean, I started to do it. Right now we have 7 or 8 songs finished.
Okay.
In January, he coming here. He's a great musician from Buenos Aires. He coming here, and he started to help me to give instruction or help me to put in order my bands. And then in February, I start to record in the studio. It's amazing work, but without wine, it's not possible.
Yeah, you need them both, right, in your life.
You need create. You need a fly a little bit. Only wine. It is amazing.
I'm curious. I have visited a couple of wineries where in the barrel rooms they play music. Do you play music in your winery for the wines?
Yeah, a lot. A lot. I have a festival. A huge festival.
I know. Yeah, Wine Rock.
Wine Rock. I mean, yeah, a wine festival. And right now, everybody waiting for the next year because this year we couldn't do it because COVID. I mean, was the 10th edition. This year was the 10th edition Wine Rock.
Wow.
Wine Rock 10th edition. I hope to do it. I hope to do something in April, next April.
I hope so too. I hope that can happen. And one year I really want to come. It looks amazing.
Yeah, coming always Adrian, Chiota brothers, and people from our importer from Sprit du Vin.
I saw your beautiful tribute to I saw your beautiful Van Halen tribute, your version of Jump, and it had a little bit of Latin South American flair. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
Really cool. All righty. So I think we're on the red blend now, which is also 2016, everyone. Petite Fleur, Bodega Monteviejo, $24.99. And let's see. So this is a blend of 52% Malbec, 33% Merlot, 5% Syrah, 9% Cabernet Franc, and 1%, just a little kiss of Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah. I love Cabernet Franc here. And right now we have one Petite Fleur, 100% Cabernet Franc.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, great.
All right, I need to taste that. If the importer's watching, because I love Cabernet Franc, so I want to taste that.
Yeah, I can. I can send you to try it. I want to know your opinion, but it is amazing. And okay, and this one is, I love blend. I love make blends.
So this is where your Bordeaux inspiration comes in, with the blend, right?
Why? Because the blend only Berlot is the vinification was separately, but then I make co-fermentation between Malbec Syrah, Malbec Cabernet Franc, Malbec Cabernet Sauvignon. I mean, 100%, almost 90% is co-fermented, and always I use 5% whole cluster because I love. I told you freshness and acidity, but I don't like to have a lot of green flavor. I prefer to have a green flavor integrated with the fruit, integrated with oak. Okay, get more complexity. And in this one, maybe we can find a little bit more texture, a little bit more texture in the middle of palate. It's really a lot of fruit in the mouth, a lot of fruit. I love blend too because you can feel your flavors around the noise, around here. How do you say retro nasal? Decimos en Argentina.
Okay.
A lot of, and then you can feel the flavor in your noise. You can feel the flavors behind. I mean, it's a complex wine. I love the blend because you can give a lot of complexity.
Yeah, definitely. So, definitely the spirit of the Malbec, I feel like, is kind of there, but it's just playing nicely with the other grapes, right? They're just all kind of in harmony, right? Like a group of musicians in harmony.
Yeah, harmony.
Right, the grapes.
Life philosophy. Everybody in the same sintonia, in the same line.
Yeah, the tannins are so nice. They're not rough. Again, juicy, full of flavor, complex, but not heavy. It's not weighing down your palate. It's a lot of energy. No. Freshness is still there.
Yeah. Can I say it is my most French expression?
Okay.
Argentina. And if you age a little bit the bottle, because with the Petite Fleur, it is a wine to sell it. It's not a wine. I don't think in this wine to age. It's a wine to sell it. But in some blind tasting, I put bottle from 2002, from 2003, etc. But anybody can tell me which harvest it is. And I did a tasting in France. With an amazing French wine, and I put it Petite Fleur 2002 blind tasting. It is a wine at $24 in US.
Okay.
But everybody chooses this one between wine from 200, 300, or 500
oh, wow.
US dollars. Because what's different first, and then we didn't have a lot of evolution. You must try some vertical tasting from my winery. We must try because we have a lot of potential to age.
Yeah, and it's such a good point. I love the fact that price is not always an indicator of quality and the experience you're going to have. So a $25 bottle of wine that drinks like a $300 bottle, whatever that means. But for me, what that means, it's at $25, you're getting a wine that's authentic, expresses the place that it's from, thoughtfully crafted. It's not commercial. It's a snapshot of a place and a time. And I think that's what you've done here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is good. I don't want to be such a cliche, but I really want a nice steak from Argentina now.
If I continue, I drink. Yesterday I drink, and I, my cat. Because Wednesday we have a Instagram live with a friend of mine who we cook together. We
Yes,
make
yeah.
a. But before we had a tasting with cigar.
Oh,
I mean, cigar, wine, cooking. My night was a little bit hard. Uh,
I'm telling you,
and
Marcelo, you're living the life.
and I start to drink again.
So, is there, I mean, you do so much already. I really wonder when you sleep. I know you have a beautiful family, you have your wines, you have French, you have Argentina, you have music. Is there anything else that you're experimenting with or that you're doing that we don't know about?
Yeah. And right now I have a friend of mine here. He coming. We must practice a little bit some song because we have a little concert next week.
I love it.
We can play. If you want, we can play. He's better than me. Eh?
Go for it. I would love it. You know, not at your level, but I was in a rock band in high school many years ago. First female rock band at my high school.
Ah, great.
So music is a big part of my life as well.
I I think you have a good voice.
Oh, thank
You are a
you.
good singer. I think.
I have my moments. The wine helps. The wine helps.
I think better than my moment because I think, but not like you. I think.
Well, and I just want to show the wines again for everyone. You know, they have a really beautiful portfolio, but for today we tasted the Malbec because we got to. And then also their beautiful red blend, both 24.99, 2016 vintage. And if you haven't visited, I mean, just Google Marcelo and you will be like, how does this man do it, all of these things? He makes wine in France, 100-point wines. He makes 90+ point wines in Argentina. He's making music. You just do it all.
Yeah. Because you know, I know. I believe in the life. I believe right now the life is only one. We can buy our. It's not possible to buy our life.
That is true. That is
I
true.
never. If I can buy tomorrow, I prefer today, but it is a moment.
So, you know, I think you've given all of us, if you do nothing else, the world is so stressful right now. Take some time to play some beautiful music, open a bottle of wine, and it lifts your spirits. It really does.
Yeah.
You know, I think we all need that right now.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Pleasure. I hope to see you my next trip in US.
I hope so as well.
I mean, difficult for me. 9 months without travel.
Yeah, I can imagine. I feel the same way. Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. Yeah, and I prefer. I need a little bit. I need time. I need a lot of time in New York. I love New York. I need to visit my guitar center. I need to.
Guitar
visit
center. Yes.
I need to visit my friend Pensa, Rudy Pensa. He's a great luthier.
Oh, okay.
He's from Argentina, but he's living in New York since the 70s. And he make an amazing guitar. I have both. I show you one.
Yes, please. If you show it, you have to play something. Everyone, let's see if we can get Marcelo to play us a little something. I think he is.
This is one of the.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Rudy Pensa. It is a guitar made for Juan Alberto Spinetta, a great rock star in Argentina. He died, but I read are only two. This one and Spinetta's guitar, only two, like that.
Can you just strum a little something? Just give us a few chords, Marcelo.
And then he creates guitar with a lot of style. He loves Art Deco, Art Nouveau, the details, the detail gears.
That reminds me of like a vintage car, you know, like a beautiful vintage Cadillac from the 50s, the color, the shape. It's really stunning.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This color is amazing.
It's beautiful.
The details, the detail is amazing. Luthier.
People are saying, play, tocate. People want you to play, Marcelo.
A ver, pero it's difficult play in front of you. You are a great singer.
Just pretend I'm not here. Just give us a few chords to end with.
A little bit.
Just tiny bit.
1 second.
All right, he's gonna play, everyone. This is my first concert within the Instagram Live. This is very exciting. The guitars, the keyboard, the wine. I mean, Marcelo's living the dream. He really is. But you know what? He works hard. He shares his talents with us, and that's really what it's about. We get to enjoy the wines that he makes. Now we're going to hear the music. So create and share. Oh, all your fans are going crazy.
Yeah, I present a friend of mine here.
All right.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Fine, and you?
Good, thank you.
Matia.
Greetings from the Big Apple.
Oh, yes.
Maybe can I play a little bit, but then he can play something better than me.
Both play.
Now, he plays the guitar and I am the singer.
Perfect.
Lo que quieras, no sé. Tocate...
This was not planned, everyone. In the back of my mind, I hoped, but here we go.
Is it long?
Then I think a little bit.
Should have better gonna let you go alone. Times like tears, I can make it on my own. Missing days in a sleepless night, yeah. I can't wait to see you again. Is this love? Yeah, I'm feeling. Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love? Could I be dreaming? Is my still love? Cause it's really on me, yeah, on me, yeah.
Lots of soul in your voice. I love it.
Maluco is a good singer. Maluco, the name
canta muy bien.
Gracias, thank you.
What? A little bit. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. Beneath those tears of hope, the old familiar thing try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend, everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all, my empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt.
Very nice.
Wow, I love it.
I'm surprised.
Wow, that was great. Someone said we had a wine rock Instagram moment. I love it.
Yes.
Here, everybody know this song by Johnny Cash, but it is Nine Inch Nails,
Oh,
the guy.
okay.
Nine Inch Nails, and then there are a lot of versions, but Johnny Cash is amazing version.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, I just need to party today now. I don't want to do any work. Well, thank you. This has to be the most
Thank you
fun
so much.
that I've had. Beautiful music, beautiful wine. Thank you both so much.
Pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.